I've truly had it with the OF thoughts, and they keep on surprising me with worse degeneracy. So apparently there is a new trend on Twitch, a new meta, if you will, where these women will just stream what appears to be completely topless, naked, with the camera barely cutting off their nipples. And when they get a certain donation, they jump up and down. And this is allowed to be not only on Twitch, period, but it is on the homepage of Twitch, which is, by the way, a 13+ platform, not an 18+ platform. There are likely minors who are watching this content. This is worse than the hot tub meta. The ways that these women skirt the rules of these community guidelines to sexualize themselves for money, I mean, there's no end in sight. It's astounding.
What I like about it is, like, look, I'm very much other than the fact that it's degenerate. Like, look, in a capitalist society, we could be looking to solve world hunger. We could be looking to find a way towards world peace. Instead, what you do here in the West is you find a way to skirt the TOS on Twitch so that you can be as nude as possible without actually being nude, so that you can make a lot of money. It's very Western. I like it.
So these users
Sarcasm,
include Morgue Pie and another girl called Strawberry Tabby. And this initially gained some traction because Cinnamon Toast Ken made a reaction stream to this woman saying, you know, how is this allowed? Do you want to show us the video, or are we good on that?
I'm good on showing the video.
Because I'm worried, honestly, about the YouTube community guidelines getting us for showing this, and that more than anything demonstrates how much of a ridiculous double standard there is about censorship on these platforms.
This is also when I say that life's not fair, and that when women act like men and they're abrasive and nobody likes the characters, I'm like, tough luck. Well, this is also another one of the opposite side of the spectrum of the life's not fair market, meaning that the men on Twitch aren't able to do this. And then there was I think one of the Tate brothers had a tweet recently that said, like, or no, it might have been one of the Fresh and Fit dudes. Yeah, I think it was one of the Fresh and Fit dudes. Said basically, like, 10,000 subscribe or 10,000 followers on Instagram for a guy is like 200,000 for a woman. Is like 200,000 for a woman, because men have to provide some sense of value to what they post, whereas women just have to post pictures of them in less clothes. I don't know if that's necessarily a 100% fair analogy, but it's pretty close, right? So look, ladies, you pick your market. Do you want to take the tough road and try to act like men in movies and get shit on? Or do you want to make a ton of money by making stuff like this? And then the only people who seem willing to tell you that you're wrong are people like us, because there's kids on the platform. Because you couldn't do this on a regular porn platform because you would fade into the background, but this is probably where it should go, because kids that are 13 shouldn't be looking at this stuff.
Obviously. Shoe on Head made a tweet about this trend saying, why doesn't Twitch just make a new 18+ site? They do this on Twitch because the market is already saturated on actual porn cam sites. They won't stand out. They can find a larger and younger audience on Twitch. What I'm trying to say is these whores should be banned.
Yes, that's what she said.
And I wholly agree with her.
Well, I was very sad when Shoe on Head announced her engagement. That was very sad. She's a very smart woman.
Wait, what?
She's a beacon of intelligence. I think Shoe on Head is great.
Why shouldn't she be engaged?
Oh, it's because I want to marry her. She's
Okay. We got a $20 from Bucky Ducky. This is just Twitch. How is anyone surprised about this? We've seen sexual content be ignored for literal years now. This is exactly what Twitch wants to cultivate.
Again,
anyone who can't see it is blind.
If this was if Twitch was somehow like, I'm imagining a world where I wouldn't have a problem with this, right? If this was an 18+ platform that didn't have porn and they were just trying to find their own ways around it for whatever reason, I could actually appreciate the ingenuity of trying to find all of these ways to get around the man. Unfortunately, what you're doing here is not for the eyes of children.
Yeah, so. Amaranth has been called out for similar reasons.
Yeah.
People call her a groomer. And it's just proof that there is porn literally everywhere in our culture, and we're so desensitized to it. It's in every mainstreaming show. You know, at least you're told it's softcore porn, but this is still, it's still porn. It's in advertisements, it's on billboards, it's in magazines, it's in any Netflix show, it's also on Twitch, it's also on YouTube. And you know what? Ever since Elon bought Twitter, by the way, I've noticed a huge uptick in pornographic content that I do not seek out to see on Twitter. I see it when I click on any viral tweet that is not related to sexuality or porn whatsoever. I look at the replies, and there you see girls promoting their OnlyFans and just spam bot accounts posting porn, posting links to porn. There are bot accounts DMing me with links to porn all the time, ways that I am not seeking it out in the algorithm whatsoever. It's unavoidable. And Twitter is supposed to be a 13+ platform just like Twitch.
Yeah.
So how is this allowed and excusable? It's not. It shouldn't be excusable on Twitch. It shouldn't be excusable on YouTube. I mean, Elsagate was another example of this. That kids are just, I mean, if they're given unfettered internet access, they're just getting mentally assaulted all the time with X-rated content, pretty much.
And it's
unavoidable
to them, and it desensitizes them to it.
I mean, even adults are desensitized to porn because they think it's normal that there are images of nearly naked women everywhere you go in society promoting you to buy products. It's still porn, and it's just a sign of our degrading, degenerating culture.
I mean, it depends. Like, are you saying like nearly naked and not having sex isn't necessarily what you'd call porn, but racy advertising, sure.
Well, think about it.
The idea
from
that sex sells has been a concept that's as old as time.
Think about it from a relative perspective, though. I mean, we used to have a concept of obscenity material in this country, and we no longer do. I think people a century ago would find Victoria's Secret advertisements that are plastered over the wall in a mall to be pornographic. And, you know, you could say that that's just relativistic, but I think it is true. We're just desensitized to it at this point.
Aren't there like old sculptures and paintings that are basically the same thing though, where they
I think that is a bad argument. I think that
why? I don't know. Why?
I mean, when Michelangelo was sculpting the image of a naked body, it was more so a way to glorify God's creation. It was not to dehumanize.
So because when they're selling a product, it's more dehumanizing.
I think when you can see modern sculptors actually trying to imitate that style, they're incapable of hitting the mark because we live in a pornified society.
Okay.
So I'd say that's very different. And for these specific girls on Twitch who are streaming topless, I wouldn't say that they're to blame for all of society's problems. Obviously, they're symptoms of it. They're almost, I mean, obviously they're choosing to do this. They're adults who are capable of making their own decisions. Yes. But in a way, they're almost victims of our pornified culture because they never knew anything different.
Yeah, I don't think that makes them victims. They still have free will and the ability to make their own choices.
I think both can be true at the same time.
Also, part of this is also because if Elon is going to pare back the censorship of other people in pursuit of free speech, then stuff like this is going to be part of what you get on a free speech platform. Is the stuff, not just the stuff you like.
Porn should have never been considered a form of free speech.
But in this case, that they see it the same way. Algorithmically, it's seen the same way.
Yeah, I guess from Elon's perspective, that's the justification he would have for it.
The problem is that if you, like in society, if you want the Alex Jones stuff, if you want the Owen Schroyer stuff, if you want to have the stuff that was banned by the previous administration at Twitter, then you've got to also have the stuff that you don't want on there. And I don't think that's going anywhere. I also saw somebody saying recently, like, since Elon took over, like, the uptick has been huge on Tumblr again. Like, they're going back to Tumblr.
Because
Just-
they allowed porn back on Tumblr.
I don't know. Yeah, like that it's becoming more prevalent on Tumblr again too.
And I really enjoyed using Tumblr back when they banned porn from it, because I used it just the same way I use Pinterest.
Yeah.
Like, it's just aesthetics. But if I have to look at porn and I can't escape it anywhere on the internet, like, what is the use of these platforms at all? It sucks. Like, here's... Gosh, I really wish that somebody could, like, personally talk to Elon Musk about this, because if X is going to be the one social media platform that has free expression, he should understand the difference between free speech and obscenity.
Even if they make these platforms 18 plus, does it even change anything? It's not like making a platform 18 plus actually stops kids from using it. It
If
wouldn't
they
matter.
were... I think that that's why people talk about meaningfully making porn sites 18 plus, not just with a button that says, yes, I'm 18, but in a way that you actually have to prove that you are 18 plus. And people say that's an invasion of privacy, but listen, if you thought that that your privacy was protected in the first place on the internet, then you have a lot to learn. And the government and all of these corporations that obtain and sell your data, they already know who you are, where you live, and everything you click on anyway. So it would literally only help protect children from obscenity to change those rules. And, you know, I've seen a lot of women start talking about the ethics of sex work, and they claim that men are solely to blame for the fact that porn is so so widespread on the internet, and the fact that OnlyFans is so successful for so many women.
Men make the market a possibility.
They do make it a possibility. They are the majority of the users on a platform like OnlyFans. It's true. But I would say don't absolve all of the women also contributing to this problem of their responsibility, because everyone in that sphere is complicit in it.
You have to find a way to starve the market of it. And I think that in the list of things that are impossible, it's impossible. Biological drive will never cease, and this is going to go on forever. I don't think you can win this
until Mary becomes the dictator.
I don't even think
authoritarian measures.
I do not even think if you were a dictator, you could stop this. It would just go underground.
I mean, there's no... It's just like, I feel a straw man argument to say to pro-life people that you're never going to make abortion non-existent, when that honestly is never the stated goal of pro-life policymaking. It's aiming to make it as rare as possible with laws prohibiting and restricting it. We know that things are still going to go on. I mean, murder isn't illegal because we think that making murder illegal will make murder never happen. Like, I feel like that's a bit of a straw man. But we can do things. You know what? Society can be better somewhat. It can. I have the courage to say, society, it can be better.
You think they can do better?
We can do better than this. We really can. I believe in us.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media, and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.